You and I, we've spent the last decade, 2 decades really, working with executives across all sorts of organisations to work out how to help good thinking to travel. We spent years working out what are the communication conventions that don't work, which are the ones that do work, and how to make them really easy to adopt.
So which are the conventions that need to be relegated to the dustbin, and what do we need to replace them with?
Now, there are many, but we've boiled it down to 5 biggies. You can read a lot more about each one of the following in the book, but let's just give you the headlines for now.
Convention number 1, a slick presentation is a decision maker's best friend. Absolutely not. The pen is mightier than the slide deck.
That's right. So it's goodbye PowerPoint slides with beautiful design, papered over by charismatic presenters, and it's hello, fully formed sentences, fully formed thoughts and ideas.
Convention number 2, good stories have a beginning, middle and end, and the end is where you pack your punch. You want to hit them with your key messages first.
Yeah, this one's pretty much what it says on the tin. They have a nice phrase for this in the military. They call it the bluff, putting the bottom line up front.
Convention number 3, serious subjects demand formal writing. No way. All writing is better with a human voice.
That's right. Something comes over us very often when we're asked to write something important for a senior audience, and we find ourselves gravitating towards long words, long sentences, and what we write can often read like a robot wrote it, or a lawyer. But actually, study after study shows that if you use a longer word where a short one would have done, you actually sound a lot less smart.
Great for dyslexics like me.
Indeed. But it goes further than that. It's not just that it makes you sound less smart or that it's really hard and dry to read. It's also that it puts distance between you and your message. Let me give you an example. So if I were to write in a really impersonal, robotic style, sales targets were missed, instead of owning the message with we missed our sales targets, you'll actually find you exude far less accountability. And what your reader is looking for, accountability and leadership, is exactly what you get when you use your voice. So whatever the message, good or bad, own it. Speak with a human voice.
Convention number 4, data speaks for itself, driving powerful insight. Questions drive insight.
Yeah. So they say data is the new oil, but we all know how well our love affair with oil is going. Similar for data. You can't just dump a load of data into a report and expect insight and value to magically emerge. Don't get me wrong, data, it's important, but what you need to do is start with the question. What's the question you're trying to answer? And use data in service of answering that question. Otherwise, you just end up with a great big data dump, which, we see quite a lot of the time.
Convention 5, and the final convention. Meetings are a drain, purge them. This one is definitely for the trash. Meetings are vital, use them wisely.
We've all sat in far more than our fair share of meetings, right? And the idea of just getting rid of them, scratching them, how wonderful that would be. Never more so than for us, right? We're 2 working mums. We haven't got a minute to waste. So why would we want to sit in meetings when they're often so completely pointless? But sadly, this is one of those situations where the cure could be worse than the disease. And especially in a hybrid working world, you've got to bring people together, give them the opportunity to forge those connections, have those sparks and the opportunity to spar off each other. That's what you need to do if you're going to have a chance of the sum of the parts being greater than the individual pieces. But it's true that meetings, the way we often run them, aren't working very well. The secret isn't to get rid of them, it's to do them better. Now, over our 15 plus years doing what we've been doing, we've worked out an awful lot of what to do and what not to do, and we share all of that in the book. But let me give you just one example. Be explicit about the question or questions that you intend each meeting to answer, and socialise that, make that really clear in advance. If you're clear what question or questions you're trying to answer, you'll naturally make sure you bring the right people together in the room. You'll find that you automatically figure out the preparation that you need to do in advance. What's the information that everyone in the room is going to need to know to stand a fighting chance of answering that question? You also bring people together into the room, actively primed to answer a question, to think and to use their brains. Do that and you'll stand a much better chance of getting value out of that meeting. If you'd like to find out more about how you can help everyone in your organisation to think and communicate with impact, you'll find lots more all about this in our book, helping everyone to get the thinking out of their heads so that others can act on it.